In terms of part 4 of the presentation, looking at two methods, we've seen two ways of doing it. One is pedagogical and the other one is andragogical. And pedagogical methods, the method is teacher-centric, and the teacher decides exactly how it's going to be done and instructs the class on how to do the evacuation procedure, and nothing is left up to the class to devise or develop, and therefore they don't get any additional learning through the process of research. Whereas in the second method, which is student-centric, then an andragogical, it's more based upon the things of adult learning, where in fact the students will go and find out the information they needed to solve the problem, and would actually work as a team in a group exercise that allowed them to come up with a group solution which they all owned, and therefore they would all follow. One would expect to go to the usual group dynamics of forming, storming, norming and performing, and consequently there would be opportunities for interaction and personal development. But certainly starting from the classroom, one would recognise that one would have to go out of the door in the event of an evacuation emergency, and that one then needed to head for the meeting area, which is usually in the car park, and I've shown it as a group of kids being next to a school bus, though admittedly it's an American school bus, but that gets the general idea. So you could actually form a game, having done a photographic survey of a photograph of the classroom, then a photograph of going through the door, and then there are a number of squares of concrete along the way to the assembly area, and at each square as you move into it you have a choice of 3 or 4 directions. So you could actually then have multiple choices which direction you want to go in, and one will lead you to the appropriate square and the other ones will lead you to disaster. In terms of rewards, I think there has to be an incentive, and the incentive would be that if you go through the game and get to the end satisfactorily, then you actually score points for your house, and that would be a reward that you can actually give to the participants to participate in the game. But the aim of the exercise is to move from the traditional pedagogical approach, which is not really a lot of fun and is very structured and highly requiring of conformance, and actually to move to a situation where you play the game and have a lot of fun doing it and work with your peers. So that will be the essence of my presentation, and it's really up to the principal to decide which is the better one.